they give you a third of that.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call to order the Plan Commission regular meeting for August 4th. If we could stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Sergio, roll call, please.
Bob Rolson,
Here.
Yolanda Cardona,
Here.
John Gill,
Here.
Donna Little is absent today, I believe. Jason Vlasic,
Here.
Nancy Woland,
Here.
she's virtual. John Kennedy,
Here.
Attorney Adam Decker,
Here.
Engineer Ken Kraus,
Here.
Councilman Liaison Brian Blazak,
Present.
and Town Manager Chris Salatas.
Present.
We'll have to defer minutes. Sergio or Chris, could someone give us an update on how minutes are coming or what the status is for minutes?
I have nothing to respond on the status
Okay.
of the minutes at this time now.
Okay. Very good. Next on the list is public hearing. We have a public hearing for St. John Industrial Park preliminary plat review. This is for easement reduction plat, which I believe they already received, so this is just for primary plat, correct? Preliminary plat? Because the reduction was approved.
Correct. They're looking for an easement reduction
Okay, we could do that as well as the
site plan.
site plan. Okay, very good. Are they prepared for everything in order for the
Everything's in
hearing?
order for the public hearing.
All right. Is there a representative? Oh, Jim, I'm sorry. I didn't even see you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the Plan Commission. My name is Jim Weiser. I'm the attorney for the project. My law office is located at 429 West Lincoln Highway in Schererville. We've been here several times. We're also in front of the BZA when we got some developmental variances for the I think the side yard and maybe the rear yard too. But this particular situation, after some time consulting with Sergio and with Adam, and then working with Ken, we needed an easement reduction. There's a drainage easement that exists there. It's really not utilized as a drainage easement, and there is a NIPSCO service in there, and we got a waiver from NIPSCO, which we previously provided to the town. And so we're here for the reduction of the easement and also for the site plan approval. Let me just backtrack for a quick second for those of you that maybe have not heard this. The business that's located there is Per Machinery, and the president and owner is Lee Milazzo, who's here. And one of the things I would point out is he was the original business that went into the industrial park. And since then, he's added on because, fortunately, he's had a very successful business. And he needs to add on again. So the whole idea, and you've seen, and we provided the plans, is to add on, is it 9,000 square feet? Approximately 9,000 square feet, because he simply needs the room to operate his business and to conduct his full business. And Lee's business is not just local or statewide. Lee's business is across the entire United States, and it's also an international business. So he's been very successful, and he wants to stay there, obviously, and so he's going to add on. So we needed the reduction to be able to extend into that a bit into the drainage easement, and then also for site plan approval. And you can see that. So we provided renderings of the type of building that's going to be constructed, showing that in addition to the type that's going to be constructed, it's going to have a mansard roof. It's going to be very attractive. Getting costlier by the day, as Lee continually reminds me. And we're looking for the approval tonight so that his contractor can get started. And I know if there's a legal question or anything of that nature, I'll be happy to respond. Lee will be happy to respond to any question you may have relative to the site plan or the construction, particularly to the construction of the facility. So that's essentially what the request is, and we're happy to respond to any questions, either you or if there is a member of the public that is interested, to the public as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Any questions for the board before I open it up to public hearing? Hearing no questions, Jim, I'm going to open up to public hearing. Sergio, you said they're ready to go, so at this time, I'm going to open up any for the public hearing for St. John Industrial Park, preliminary plat review, as well as easement reduction plat in the rear yard. Anyone from the public want to speak? Anyone online want to speak? Going once? Anyone? Any public comment? Going twice? Hearing no one online or in the off room, I'm going to close public hearing. Public hearing is now closed. I do have a note from Ken Kraus I'd like to read into the record. This is per machine and tool. Dear Mr. Kennedy, on May 21st, 2021, Bob Davis, Public Works Director, and I visited the site to inspect the easement in question. There are no St. John public utilities within this easement along the rear property line. There is a drainage swale that is adjacent to the rear property line and will be in the easement that will remain after the easement is reduced. We have no objection to reducing this easement from 20 feet wide to 12 feet wide. If you have any questions, please call Ken Kraus. So that's in regards to the easement reduction. There was no comments, Ken, because this is addition to a building to existing site. There's no engineering.
There's no change in any of the engineering. There's no new service lines. There's no new water or sewer or downspout drainage.
As Ken also told me, that since it's an industrial area, 90% is usually pervious, so really no
So
drainage
the
issues.
calculations for the detention basin still hold.
Right. And no ordinance issues, Sergio, with any of this?
No.
We looked at the landscaping,
We
the
did.
lighting, and everything like that, so.
Yep, and the current zoning and the landscaping requirements have all been met.
All right. If there's no questions for Jim or Lee, I'll entertain a motion. Adam, there's two issues here. There's the reduction of easement as well as a preliminary site plan. We make two separate motions?
I would recommend that there be two separate motions made, yes.
Okay. When you're making the motions, please reference finding the facts, please. You don't have to read them, just reference the finding the facts would be appropriate. So I will entertain either a motion for, let's start with the easement reduction.
Want to make a motion to approve the reduction to 12-foot easement for St. John Industrial Park Lot 3.
And thank you for doing
And reference of findings of facts.
well, doing the 12 feet. I appreciate that. So, yes. So we have a motion to approve easement reduction to 12 feet. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
I got a second from John. That opens up to discussion. Any discussion from the board? Hearing no discussion, roll call, Sergio?
Bob Burleson,
Yes.
Yolanda Cardona,
Yes.
John Gill,
Yes.
Jason Vlasic,
Yes.
Nancy Woland,
yes,
and John Kennedy.
Yes, motion for easement reduction is approved. Now this is for primary plat approval. I will entertain any discussion. If not, motion, as well as please reference the finding of facts with that motion.
Want to make a motion to approve St. John Industrial Park Lot 3 primary plat and referencing of findings of facts.
I have a motion to approve preliminary plat review, or plat. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Jason. Discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call, Sergio, please.
Bob Burleson,
Yes.
Yolanda Cardona,
Yes.
John Gill,
Yes.
Jason Vlasic,
Yes.
Nancy Woland,
yes.
and John Kennedy.
Yes, motion to approve. Thank you,
Great.
gentlemen. Have
Thank
a
you
great
so
evening.
much. Jen, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Do you know when you'll come in for secondary plat then?
Let me talk. I'll consult with Stuart at, and find out when we can, so we can get it prepared. I'll get it on file with you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Next on the agenda, we have another public hearing for Tractor Supply Company.
Done it tonight.
This is a proposed development site plan to construct a 26 wide by 96 long rooftop over an existing garden and greenhouse center at 9957 Earl Drive. Representative, sir, if you could just state your name.
I am Dwight McKinney. I'm the construction manager for Tractor Supply Company.
Dwight, thank you for being here tonight. If you could just give us a quick,
We get what he had just said into the record about when they'll be coming back for the primary or the secondary.
It wasn't near a microphone, nothing got picked up.
He didn't,
he said, the comment was when you're going to come in for secondary, he said he would talk to
Stewart at Turinga.
Turinga to determine when that would happen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. If you could just give us a quick 10,000
overview of what we're doing?
Just real quick overview of what you're doing.
Okay, we're just gonna put a translucent roofed, material sided, light greenhouse within the existing side yard, fenced in side yard at the Tractor Supply store on US 41.
Product inside would just plants, garden supplies.
Spring, summer, it's gonna be plants, fertilizer, mulch, some light garden tools. Fall's gonna be more plants, mums, fall plants, things like that, and winter it's gonna be Christmas trees.
Awesome. Any questions from the board before I open up the public hearing? Sergio, they're good to go for public hearing?
Yes, everything's been met for public hearing.
All right, at this time, I'm going to open it up to public hearing. Public hearing is now open for the Tractor Supply Company proposed development site plan to construct a 26 by 96 rooftop over existing garden. Is there anyone from the public or anyone online that would like to comment? Anyone online that would like to comment? Going once, twice. Sergio, we did receive a correspondence. Would
Yes,
you
we did.
mind reading? I'm sorry, my computer's not up.
Yep, no, we did receive a correspondence yesterday afternoon via email from Chip Sanders. It states, Sergio, as the association manager, our concern is primarily the impact, if any, to the roads and grounds outside of Tractor Supply Company building footprint. As I try to determine that, I want to ask, do you have contact information for the general contractor or a Tractor Supply Company representative? My contact is a property owner, Verret Co. out of the Phoenix area, but they do not have many details on this project. Thanks in advance, Chip Sanders.
So his concern is truck traffic? Or?
The primary impact, primarily the impact is to the roads and grounds outside of Tractor Supply Company. I'm assuming and I sent him the application packet that you all have, and it's probably the installation or the how it would be affixed to the ground is their concern, is how I interpret their concern to the impact to any roads and grounds outside of the Tractor Supply Company building footprint.
The response to that would be, since we are working entirely within the existing fenced-in area, there is no impact.
All right. Any other questions or comments for the board? You're inside your fence line, and I don't
That's
know.
it. The only thing coming outside of the fence line is propane tank.
Okay.
It's moving, so it'll be 25 feet away from the structure.
And I would imagine these are going to be existing customers that would come in anyways to Tractor Supply, and now they have an opportunity to buy plants and stuff like
Well,
that.
we hope it attracts some
Yeah,
new customers.
I understand, so. Currently, there's no issue with your parking. I have not
No,
heard that
we
there's
have
no issue with
plenty
your
of
parking.
parking.
Okay,
The Aldi side is frequently more full than our side is, but,
okay.
we don't even mind if some of their customers come on our side.
Questions? If not, I will entertain a motion regarding development site plan approval. Please again reference finding of facts.
make a motion to approve Tractor Supply 26 by 36 foot rooftop over existing garden area and reference of findings of facts.
I have a motion to approve. Is there a
Did I
second?
say 96? 36. Oh, if I said 36, I meant 96.
Thank you for the clarification. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
I have a second. Discussion? Any questions or concerns from the board? Hearing none. Sergio, roll call, please.
Bob Rolson,
Yes.
Yolanda Cardona,
Yes.
John Gill,
Yes.
Jason Vlasic,
Yes.
Nancy Rowland,
yes.
and John Kennedy.
Yes. Motion to approve. Thank you, sir. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right. Next on the agenda, we have final plat review for one well outlot, approximately 700 feet north of northeast corner of 105 Avenue, as well as, besides the one outlot, we got the two lots.
Yes.
There's two lots also included on that as well. Again, this is secondary. Went through primary, then when it went through secondary, I think maybe, I don't know, John, if you were on the board at that time, or Bob, they actually took this out of secondary and had the remaining of the Gates
I
East
think that was during my interim break.
hiatus. So this was in primary, was approved, they took it out for secondary, had everything else approved, and now they're bringing this section in for secondary.
There was other parcels that were left out of the secondary plat in Unit 22 that already received primary plat approval also.
And just, this is my first time working with a well outlot, and I don't know how it's worked in the past. Have we determined how this is gonna transfer? Did anyone talk to Lon? Is it gonna be a deed? I think it's cleaner if it's a deed, right, for recording purposes?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, a deed to convey the well outlet would transfer title to the town, which would be probably the cleanest indication and record of the town's ownership of that well and the pertinent property.
Because if it's a road, they just sort of convey it to the town, and the town maintains the road, but this is an actual parcel within the town, so,
It's an outlot
Outlot.
within this subdivision.
okay.
Right. And John, I did have him put the words "and conveyed" on the dedication. So now it says hereby dedicated and conveyed to the town of St. John.
Adam, are you comfortable with that, or would you like to see? I mean, I'm fine, it's a board decision, but if it's good for the town to have it, a deed recorded, then it's recorded, it's known as a deed or property owned by the town. I would make a recommendation just to make things clean and to make that a contingency of this secondary for the outlot, unless Adam,
Yeah, so my recommendation would be, from a legal perspective, that requesting, if the developer is willing to convey that, that would be the cleanest way to show the town's ownership and control over that property, to eliminate any potential future concerns with regard to the outlot or the ownership of the outlot or taxes being paid or not paid on the outlot in the future. And so I think that this is not included in the packets we have tonight, but Mr. Kraus has indicated that if on the plat, there's an indication that the easement is being conveyed, I can certainly make the argument that that should allow the town to effectively control that parcel. But as I indicated earlier, I think the cleanest way and the most assured way of indicating that would be to have the developer execute a deed of the outlot, the well outlot that's identified in the secondary plat to the town.
all right. I'm just going to read into the record a letter that we received from Ken. It's in our packet. Dear Plan Commission, we have reviewed the secondary plat for the reference project and have the following comments. The subdivision includes two lots, one outlet for the town well and associated facilities on a total of 2.3194 acres. We have reviewed the plat and find it to be satisfactory. The development fee is a minimum of $900 for the review as it falls under the previous subdivision control ordinance rules. The fee is based on 2% of the construction cost, was paid at part of the units 21, 22, 23, and 26 fee. The public improvements are also part of the unit 21, 22, 23, and 26 project, so a letter of credit is not required for this project. If you have any questions, so per Kent, it seems like everything's good.
I think so, and just for the record, John, I don't have any objections to getting a deed for that property in addition to this plat.
Again, I could be over my skis. I'm just trying to make sure everything is buttoned up, and, you know, if that's the appropriate way to go, I mean, I'll look at your attorney too.
Well,
I'm out of my element, but if it's cleaner, it just might be nice for this well
The
lot.
important thing on this for the town is the 100-foot isolation circle easement that goes around the well. Without that being recorded and having that easement recorded, we cannot make a application to item to drill that, or to make that well a public well. So without that isolation easement, you know, we couldn't do that, so we couldn't move forward on producing that well.
And the deed makes that,
No, the plat.
plat makes that,
Exactly.
okay. Very good. So again, it's a board decision. Again, I could be way in front of my skis, but I just think, it sounds like it's a cleaner, simpler process to make a contingency on the outlot approval for secondary plat, that a deed be provided to the town of St. John. So with that, we'll open it up for discussions, comments, thoughts. Chris, Councilman, I mean, are you good with the deed? Having the deed recorded, having a deed for that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Very good. So I will entertain a motion. Just if we could, I mean, again, it's whoever makes that motion, please consider contingent on a deed for the one well. Is it just a one well outlot? Because that includes the 25-foot strip to the street, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we
28,
grant
yeah.
secondary plat approval for the Gates of St. John, Unit 21C, contingent upon the transfer of the deed from the developer to the town for the well outlet.
I have a motion to approve final plat review for 21C, contingent on deed for one well outlot. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second. Discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call, please.
Bob Burleson,
Yes.
Yolanda Cardona,
Yes.
John Gill,
Yes.
Jason Vlasic,
Yes.
Nancy Woland,
yes,
and John Kennedy.
Yes. Motion approved, contingent on deed. Next on the agenda, we have a proposed amendment to our Plan Commission rules and regulation. This is to change our rules and regulations back to one notice, 10 days in 2 newspapers. What this will do is then we will be similar to what the BZA is currently at now, 1 newspaper, or 2 newspapers, 1 notification, 2 newspapers, 10 days out. It just makes things convenient, I believe, for the BZA and the Plan Commission to have both of those entities. Adam, is that accurate?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Sweet. Questions, comments, concerns? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve. What happens? It just replaces what the previous one we did? It just okay, very good. Entertain a motion for the Plan Commission Rules and Regulations, Article 5, is that 5, Section 3.
Yeah, become Plan Commission business.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, it's actually Article 5 and Article 6.
Article 5 and Article 6.
Article 5.
Se- Article 5, Section 6, and I don't know what section for number 6.
It's also Section 3.
Also Section C, so 5 and 6, Section 3.
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution to the amendment to Plan Commission Rules and Regulations, Article 5 and Article 6, Section 3.
I have a motion to approve the proposed amendment. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
I have a second by Yolanda. Questions, comments, concerns, discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Bob Burleson,
Yes.
Yolanda Cardona,
Yes.
John Gill,
Yes.
Jason Vlasic,
Yes.
Nancy Woland,
Yes.
and John Kennedy.
Yes, motion approved. Item number 7, we have 2 public hearing announcements. We have St. John Commons, proposed rezone to PUD for a mixed-use development for residential office retail use at 10201 Calumet Avenue, zoned R1, 20 acres. That's as well as Astoria, proposed rezone to PUD for 97 single-family lots at 10122 Parish Avenue, zoned open space, 74 acres. Those public hearings, as long as they get everything turned in on time, will be September 1st, 2021. Public comment? Anyone online? Hearing no public comment. Adjourned. Motion to adjourn. Get a motion? Second? Good.